Welcome back to Sports Desk right here on the Captain TV studios. Yes, some of the results from the ongoing Women's World Cup during the weekend. The Zambian ladies lost woefully to Japan and it ended up 5-0, while the England women struggled to beat 10 women Haiti, I beg your pardon, 1-0, while Denmark women beat the Chinese ladies 1-0. And of course, that was on Saturday. And on Sunday, yes, the Netherlands, the Dutch women, they beat Portugal women 1-0. The France women played out a goalless draw against the Jamaican women, while in Group G, the Swedish women beat South African women 2-1. And of course, today, Morocco took on Germany earlier this morning, and it was an annihilation as Germany trashed Morocco 6-0, while the Italian women beat the Argentine women 1-0, and the Brazil women beat Panama women 1-0. Well, it's not looking so good for the African ladies in this World Cup. Since the event started, no African country has, picked up a win. The best they've gotten was the goalless draw from Nigeria against Canada. Yes, of course, I have two amazing gentlemen with me on the show today. I have the one and only Francis, a diehard Barcelona fan, sorry. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Thank you.
All right, I have this is like the oldest rivalry in world football. On my left, I have Mr. Terry. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Desk.
It's always good to be here with my brother.
A Real Madrid fan he is.
And everything.
Well, before we go straight to club football, let's talk a bit about the Women's World Cup. Has any team impressed you? What are your thoughts? The African women, they're not doing so well. They've been losing. Nigeria has gotten a point. I think that's the best from any African women so far in the competition. Have there been any standout performance for you so far?
So far, I've not seen anything out of the ordinary. Although I expected at least Morocco. I expected Morocco and South African ladies to actually put in a very good fight. Okay. And then, most especially, I was actually disappointed with Morocco losing. Was it Sydney?
Yeah, they lost
losing that Sydney. That was just too much. Based on their performance in the African Nations, Women Nations Cup, I actually expected them to put in a very, very good fight. Even if they did not win that match, at least they would have ended with a draw. But not just losing 1-0, 2-0, losing 6-0. It was too much. And then South Africa, at least they put in a very, very good fight. Sure. They scored a goal, and then the other team actually came in behind equalizer, ended up winning. It was, at least you can actually excuse them, but the Moroccan ladies, I don't know what happened. I'm actually disappointed in them, but overall, I'm not surprised. The African team does not actually do well when it comes to the FIFA World Cup, so I'm not surprised. But I'm actually happy with Nigeria, though, that we're able to get that draw. At least it will boost the morale of the Nigerian ladies, and the next game, we're actually expecting to win.
I mean, the Canadian ladies, in my opinion, seem to be the best team in that group B, and Nigeria, managed to pick up a point from them. So our next game is on Thursday against co-host Australia. Any expectations from Nigeria?
First of all, I think we should begin to break out from this mediocre mindset of when we pick up a draw against an European team, we see it as something big. Okay. Yeah, the win is there for the taking. And we should not be settling for a draw, or we should not be settling for a situation whereby, we lost, but we didn't lose as bad as we were thinking.
Okay,
that's aside. And looking at the effort FIFA has been taking to promote women football around the world, with special emphasis in Africa. Why I'm heading somewhere with my explanation. Okay. I expected more from all the African teams. I expected more. And looking at their showing in the first round of matches, it shows that we still have miles to cover. Yeah. Because look, right now, just for qualification, just for the fact that you qualified and you play in the group stage, just that you are registered in the group stage, you are coming back home with $30,000 each player, and these monies are going to be paid directly to the players, not to the football associations. Not to the football association. So, it should be like an extra motivation. You can imagine what what $30,000 will
do to
mean
somebody.
to a Nigerian lady or an African woman right
Yeah,
now.
Not just an
Then-
African, even the
Any
Europeans,
player, yeah.
any player,
Now-
$30,000.
It's a whole lot of money.
It's a lot of money for
Now,
anybody.
the catch to this now is if you get to the final and win it, you are going home with $275,000 each.
Ooh.
As a player.
That's not the win.
yeah.
That's not the prize money as
For winning.
This is an incentive,
Extra incentive
for
to boost your
FIFA.
morale, yeah.
I think FIFA outdid himself with this World
yeah.
Cup. Yeah.
So now back to Nigeria. You may want to know that Nigeria has the worst defensive record among all the African teams that has been going to the FIFA World Cup.
I never knew that.
I had no idea. I mean, we didn't consider a goal against Canada.
You may want
we
to
also
know that
saved the
even at
penalty, so give them that
that point, Nigeria has the worst defensive record.
Okay.
So I expected so much more. I expected at least a win against Canada would have given us, but would have put us in a place of confidence. We are going up against Australia. Next, Australia is going to be an
uphill
But there's no
task.
Sam Kerr there, so
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Playing in front of your fans is also an extra
obviously,
motivation.
but
Real Madrid,
Canada was, the clear favourite.
Real Madrid is Real Madrid.
Okay.
Either with Vini or nobody. Barcelona is Barcelona either with Messi or without Messi.
All
So
right.
Australia is Australia either with Sam Kerr or without Sam Kerr.
And based on the fact that they are playing at home.
The history is already there.
And based on the fact that they
I
are
think I'm
playing
going
at
to go with you on
home,
the
it's
fact
an
that you're
extra
playing at home,
motivation.
because if Sam Kerr is there, you should expect more. She's one of the greatest.
Without
female
Sam
players
Kerr,
I've
they
seen.
have
No,
I
everything
understand.
they
I
have
get it. I get it.
It doesn't matter if they are playing at home or not. But for me, I like to tell myself the truth. So I don't like to, especially when it comes to Super Eagles, Super Falcons. If we are talking about the Women African Cup of Nations, I can go to bed and just wait for the final because I know that the Falcons, they will deliver. But when it gets to the world stage, they have been very, very abysmal, and they have been very, very abysmal.
And let's not forget that, Francis. Let's not forget that even before the tournament, there were a lot of issues. In terms of
I was just heading there. Thank you.
That was the reason why I said that I was actually disappointed with the Moroccan team, because Moroccan government have been very, very supportive of their football.
Yeah,
They have created a lot of they have created a very good environment for football to thrive. That is why you have seen that even from their in the past, you can never see how well that the female team have been playing. But presently, because of what because of what the government have put in place, you can see that these teams, not just the female team, not just the male team, but even the age teams, like the under 18, under 20, under 21, under 23 teams, they are playing very, very well.
They won the African competition.
They won. I actually expected the Moroccan team to actually play
keep up
well.
the momentum.
Do you understand? Because
going
from what they did in the Nations Cup
and the World Cup,
I expected them to take it a level higher.
But you blame them. They played against Germany. They played against Germany.
I understand, but they were supposed to make a statement.
Okay.
If you want to be the best, you have to be the best.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you understand? So they were supposed to use Germany to make a statement that, look, we are not here by mistake. Okay. We are here to compete, and we are here to make a statement. But they didn't do that. That was why I was actually particularly disappointed.
As disappointed as I am with the Moroccan ladies, I am more focused on Nigeria. I think
we
featured more than any other African nation in this competition.
And that's the reason why I said, and that's the reason we have the worst defensive record among the African teams.
Because our defense is old, and they're already old and tired legs.
I'm not talking about. We have the worst defensive records since the history of the
FIFA
Women's World Cup.
We should cut them a slack, though. We should appreciate.
Why? I have no slack. I have no slack to cut anybody.
We didn't concede any goal against Canada.
Listen, I have no slack to cut anybody. The Super Eagles should bury, the Super Falcons should bury their heads in shame. The NFF should bury their heads. No, the NFF should bury their heads in shame.
Okay.
Why do you always have to go through these rounds of administrative malfunction? Why do we have to go through this round?
I mean, if we talk about this,
no, why do we
start talking about Nigerian problem?
Yes, why do we have
Nigerian problem?
Like 2 weeks to every competition,
yeah.
to every major tournament.
Sure.
There's always backroom wrangling. There's always, I mean, you may want to know that this $30,000 that FIFA have said they are going to pay to this to these players. You may want to know that the NFF, they wrote to FIFA that this money should be paid to their Who does that?
Nigeria does that.
I said something on this show before. I said that at a particular point in our history, any time that Nigeria qualifies for any international tournament, NFF will write to the federal government through the Ministry of Sport to sponsor them. And they will sponsor, knowing fully well that money will be released from CAF, money will be released from FIFA.
From FIFA!
Depending on the competition that we are partaking in. Sure. And the same NFF will also write to all the 36 states,
state governors, international agencies.
All of them will support. Apart from this one, they will still write to most of all these big men in Nigeria, all these entrepreneurs, they will still write to them. And these guys will still support. And then let's not forget that a certain what's his name, TB Joshua of Synagogue, when he was alive, every time that Nigeria qualify for any tournament, he had a certain amount in dollars
that he gives to
that
them.
he used to release.
Definitely.
Without asking. They don't need to ask him. He takes it as his own responsibility, as his own as his own contribution.
Terry, we have been in this country.
Everything that NFF will collect from all these individuals, at the end of the day, they will still be owing the players.
We still have situations where the players say they are not going to play the match because their allowances have not been paid. We have seen situations whereby the monies promised to the players by the FA, by the NFF, are never paid for months. These girls come out crying and crying. We have been in this Nigeria. The last Olympics. Where was it held? Was it in Beijing? The last Olympics. We saw a Nigerian athlete washing his kit. The one he just used. We saw him washing it by himself. These provisions.
Was it the incidents that they provided smartphones for the athletes? And the association collected the smartphones without releasing it to the players.
So I feel I feel like the Nigerian problem is just way too much. I don't think it's something that we can actually.
Well, actually need to keep talking about it.
We have to. Hopefully someday when we have somebody from the NFF or the NFF president on our show, we can, maybe interview him and tackle this situation.
The truth is, I'm going to blame I blame everybody, including the sports journalists here,
definitely.
Because I'm not scared of saying my truth. We keep talking about it now. And by the time we get to meet these stakeholders who are at the helm of affairs, the attention changes, the focus changes from the issues, from the real issues to trivial issues.
Why won't it change when a former sport minister immediately he is assumed office? He started paying, he put all the top sport journalists in Nigeria on payroll, monthly payroll. So how are they going to come out to do their work? How are they going to go and do investigative journalism? Sure. How exactly are they going to go about doing their work when they are on the payroll of the sport minister?
Till this very moment, nobody, apart from the people at the top, nobody can give an exact figure and say this is the amount the NFF are paying Super Eagles coaches.
Well, like I said, whenever I have the NFF president or anybody from the NFF on the show, we will interview them and find out more about that. Well, while still sticking with the Women's World Cup, I want to talk about the English lady. Yeah, they struggled to beat a Haitian team that had just 10 women. And the goal they got was through a penalty, which they missed, but they gave them that penalty. They gave them, they allowed them to take the penalty again. And they even, I noticed Lauren Reese, she was on the bench. And I thought they were like clear favorites. People were tipping the English women, you know, to go all out. But so
that was exactly, football does not have any respect.
Okay.
Yeah, that was exactly why I was saying that I was disappointed with the Moroccan team. They were supposed to use Germany, who is a superpower in football, in women football. And even the male football, they were supposed to use them to make a statement.
Make a statement.
Yes, we are here to compete. Yes, we are not here by mistake. So you can see what the Haitian team did. Right from, how many people know about the Haitian football? Nobody knew how they barely. Do you understand? Yeah. I've never watched a Haitian team before.
Definitely.
I don't even know that they even qualify. I didn't even know that they had no part of the world until that day. So everybody was surprised.
No, there are a lot of debutants, exactly the likes of the Philippines.
Yeah, that was exactly what I expected from Morocco. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I believe that the three Lioness will be able to like bounce back.
All right. Yeah. Well, during the course of the weekend, away from the Women's World Cup, let's talk a bit about our various clubs. Chelsea played against Brighton, Manchester United against Arsenal. Even Real Madrid were, you know,
this morning.
Yes, they played against AC Milan, and it was all good for some of our teams.
For me, Real Madrid actually won, but I'm always concerned because I don't really know why Real Madrid always like to concede before they will be able to start replying. I don't really know. I don't really know why you started. Why it's so hard for you to like tight your defense and go play like 3, 4, 5 matches without conceding? Why must you wait for you to concede before you now raise up your shoulder and start playing? I don't understand. Okay. Irrespective of the fact that
the coach has come out to praise. Carlo Ancelotti came out to praise Jude Bellingham on his debut. He said he had a good game. So I don't know.
He did a good game. I'm talking about the Carlo Ancelotti conceding goals first.
Okay, you don't want Real Madrid to concede.
No,
you make a comment sometime that when you're scoring more, conceding.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, but you know what?
It's not always the time that you consider.
But if you want to win tournaments, if you want to win tournaments, your defense have to be as tight as your attack is ruthless.
Okay.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You cannot say because your attack is scoring enough goals, then you pay less attention to your defense. Manchester City.
Exactly. I wanted to make that example.
Manchester City, as fluid as their attack, as they are in attack.
Yeah.
They were very, very ruthless in defense.
What won them the Champions League last season was their defense, not their attack.
Barcelona won the league last season. All thanks to the defense. All thanks to the defense.
Okay, so you say if you want to win the league, your defense should be as solid.
If you want to win tournaments, if you want to win competitions, your defense, your defense should be as efficient as your attack, as ruthless.
Let me tell you something.
Do you think Chelsea's defense?
Let me tell you.
Please, we are talking about Chelsea.
Chelsea is.
We are talking about proper football clubs here, not Chelsea.
Oh, that's hot. Yes.
Yeah, there are some instances that you have a lot of opportunities to score goals, and it will not just go in. There are some times that you know that these people are trying to score, and the ball will refuse to go into the net.
Definitely.
Do you understand? So in that particular instance, if you allow yourself to concede, it's a very big problem.
It's a very big problem.
All right, that's why you don't need to concede.
Okay, so I want to talk about Mbappe. Are you guys like? Do you feel like Real Madrid really needs the service of Mbappe? Now I saw a post on Instagram. Someone had come out to say that if you pair Mbappe and Vinicius Junior in the attack, man, football should get ready. Like every club in the world should get ready because they are not ready for that kind of attack. That there's no defense in the world, not even Man City, not Barcelona, no defense that can stop them. Now it brings me back to the controversy surrounding Kylian Mbappe. Do you want to talk about that first?
Yeah, sure. First of all, let me clear that notion about no
defense in the world.
I don't think that's the case because at a point we had the MSN, we have the BBC, and we still we saw a lot of defense that we are able to stop them. As good as those guys were, we had defense. We have some teams that were able to stop them. So, irrespective of how good Mbappe and Vinicius are, I still believe that there are still a lot of teams that can be able to stop them. And don't forget that these guys, if they don't have the service, they cannot be able to cause damage.
All right.
So a team can actually be able to like cut these guys out. There was a particular time that Mourinho's Chelsea, his second stint in Chelsea, he was causing a lot of damages. And when he played against a party, I don't know. I think it was PSG. PSG caught the service, and they knew that the service was coming from Fabregas.
Yeah.
They marked Fabregas out of the game, and that was how they were able to eliminate Chelsea. So it's not about how good the attack is.
Okay.
Can you be? That also I was so concerned about the defense. These days in modern football, teams build the attack from the back.
Right.
Do you understand?
And
so
that's
everything.
And that's the reason why. Sorry, let me
Yeah.
just take it up from there.
Yeah.
Teams build their attack from behind, and that's the reason why you see Manchester United had to let go of David De Gea in place of to bring in Andre Onana because you have to. There will be times where you just need that direct ball straight from. Now these days we are now seeing goalkeepers providing assists.
Yeah.
The king of them all should Manuel Neuer.
Manuel Neuer does it for fun. Alisson does it for fun.
Alisson does it. Even Ederson.
Look at even Thibaut Courtois, that was very abysmal with his feet.
Yeah,
he had to learn.
He learned that.
With
You
his
have to
feet now.
evolve.
So the thought of
No defense
can stop any attack. That is a very. They are going to have plenty moments of unbelievable performances.
Okay.
because
But
there are so many players.
it doesn't mean that they are going to become unstoppable.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it doesn't mean that they are going to become unstoppable. Anyways, as a Barcelona fan, I pray it doesn't happen. At least for this season.
The rumor has it that Barcelona might just be on the running for
I wanted to talk about Mbappe. Presently, I don't know. Francis is trying to shy away from that particular news, but the fact is that the fact is that presently there are about 5 clubs that have made inquiry about
Kylian
Mbappe.
Yeah.
And Barcelona is one of them. A certain club from Serie A is also one of them, and then 3 clubs from the Premier League, including Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh wow!
Very surprising.
Cool. Very surprising for me.
But at the end of the day,
fact that they don't want to allow Kane.
At the end of the day, that is exactly what PSG wanted. They wanted to put this guy on the market and invite a lot of suitors for him. Hopefully, they are just trying to play a particular game. It's a game of chess right now.
Okay.
It's a game of chess because PSG have recognized that they are actually that Mbappe holds all the cards. So they are trying to see how they can be able to cause him to react or cause Real Madrid to react, because they have this belief that Mbappe has already had an agreement with Real Madrid to go to Real Madrid next season for free. And based on the kind of player that Mbappe is, they don't, and knowing fully well that PSG has invested a lot of money in him, they don't want to let him go for free.
Now,
sorry to cut you. Mbappe has come out to say that he can even sit out the whole of the season.
No, he has not come out to say that.
It's still rumor. Rumor has it that he can actually sit out the whole of the season.
He can, because
and next season
he can.
See, the worst case scenario is that he sits out the whole of the season.
I think he should do that because it's becoming too much.
But don't forget that there is the Olympic coming up next season, next year, and the Olympic is going to be in Paris.
Okay.
And Mbappe is going to be the face of that particular competition. So he will need his match fitness.
His match fitness.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And apart from that, the Euros is also coming up, and he needs his match fitness. So don't forget that he's also the captain of France.
So
how do
if
they
he's
fix
playing,
the issue currently?
No, the way it is right now.
Say, okay, you know what, Mbappe,
go
if you want to go.
No, they want to sell him.
And make
they
money
actually want
from
to sell him because although they are still waiting for the 31st of July, he still have from now to the 31st of July for him to sign a new contract.
Okay.
Or for him to decide that. Right now they know that
time is going, the market.
Yeah, time is going, but don't forget that they can decide to sell him on the last day of the transfer.
But the money they are asking for though.
No, the money will. I believe that the money will drop because
right now it's going to be sold to the highest bidder.
That is exactly.
I don't know who is the highest bidder though.
Presently, Al Hilal has offered,
300
million euros. They've offered 300 million euros for him. Yeah, That is
but then
259 million.
But I don't think Mbappe should go to that.
But then
It's his own decision. He can decide to go anywhere.
It's going to be.
But do you think Mbappe wants to go
disaster.
to Saudi Arabia?
It's going to be a disaster to football for
Mbappe to leave at this stage.
At this stage, he has not even won.
Most especially when he has not won the Champions League.
Yeah,
I don't think
sure.
he will want to go there.
It's
He will want to go
it's
to a
going
project.
It's going to cause more harm to his career in terms of match fitness, in terms of form and everything, in terms of competitiveness.
I'm playing at the
now
best stages.
the competitive deficit
Yeah.
is already there now for him, for the fact that he's playing in French Ligue 1.
Yeah.
You understand? He's playing in French Ligue 1 now. From French Ligue 1 to
going to Al Hilal.
That would be a disaster.
Or maybe going to Tottenham or going to Chelsea, because Chelsea is one of the teams that have gone. You know, Chelsea did not qualify for the.
Going to.
Wait, did you just say going to Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea is one. Yeah,
we are talking about
because they did not qualify for the Champions League.
We are talking
You
about
can just
proper
see
football
what-
clubs here. Stop talking about the comedy.
All right, but Chelsea were outstanding during the
week.
course of the weekend. I mean, we beat
All
during
teams,
the preseason tour,
most teams
and we
are
beat
usually
Brighton.
very
We came from
weak
go down to win
preseason.
4-3. Yes. Okay, quickly, guys, before we go, what club do you think? Where do you think Mbappe should go to quickly?
Mbappe should definitely go to Real Madrid.
Not Barcelona.
Yeah?
You don't want him in Barcelona.
If he ends up in Barcelona, very fine. I'll be happy about it. But right now, he has his heart set at Real Madrid.
And you?
Personally,
You
for
want him to go
a
to
player
Real
who has
Madrid?
always been vocal
Definitely, I
about
want
going
him to go to Real Madrid.
a player who has been very vocal about going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And the earlier the possible. I don't even want Real Madrid to wait till next season.
Yeah, the market is already closing. I
Yeah.
feel like they
But then
should,
it will be very,
fix the
very
problem now.
dicey to pay that amount of money for a player if
do
he
you
gets for
understand?
free next season.
Francis, do you understand? We are not actually getting Mbappe for free per se, because if he's coming next season, we'll still pay him a whopping 160 million pounds.
Ooh, and that's a lot.
Do you understand?
Well,
right now we can even sign him for less. All
right. Well, I hope they fix all the controversies surrounding Kylian Mbappe, so he can go back to playing the beautiful game of
want to see
football
him in a Real
that
Madrid
we
shirt.
love. I definitely want to see him in a Real Madrid.
With plenty injuries.
All right, thank you so much, guys. That's so much we can take on the show. Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you, Francis, for
Always
being on
a
the
pleasure.
show with me. Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I am Dearest Mba. Do have a wonderful day.